این بیچاره وای خدای بزرگ خدای بزرگ کمکشون کن این بیچاره یا قربان
But the end is not by and by. Then said he unto them, Nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and great earthquakes shall be in divers places, and famines and pestilences, and fearful sights and great signs shall there be from heaven.
As wet weather remains in the forecast across the Midwest, producers have some tough decisions to make when it comes to prevented planting. RFD TV's Sarah Mock has this update from the nation's capital.
Millions of acres of soaked farmland prevent farmers from getting crops in the ground.
I don't know how big that acreage gets, but I think it's going to put a lot of demands on the FSA offices around the state. So, and I hope that they're up to the task. But we'll be watching that pretty carefully.
USDA officials say they're prepared for an onslaught of prevented planting claims.
We know there's going to be a strong push, that it's going to be needed. That's the key. That's why we have it. It's here when producers need it, and we're ready. We think we're ready for the onslaught of claims we're probably going to have with Prevent Plant.
Barber says farmers shouldn't be worried about major changes to preventing planted provisions, and says his organization has communicated them to crop insurance companies and agents.
The way we look at it right now, with the conditions across the country that can keep continuing, I don't see how we're not going to have at least a larger than normal amount of Prevent Plant. I mean, I think you're seeing it not in areas, and it's just not in the flooded areas. I mean, this rain's continuing in a lot of other areas that are staying wet, so it's an issue that's not just affecting the flooded areas.
He says the money needed to support a higher level of requests will be available, and lawmakers say they're ready to take action if USDA funds run short.
So we will have to go back and scrutinize that, and if adjustments need to be made, that's something we will have to take a look at in Congress.
Trade uncertainty is also playing into planting concerns. A Minnesota lawmaker says his growers are turning back to planting wheat and corn, but won't be able to get crops planted in time. He's worried that might impact bottom lines if the administration's new trade plan comes to fruition.
This last facilitation thing was based on production. I mean, I don't know if they really have thought that through, and they're thinking, well, we should think about what we plant here because we're going to get this payment based on what we plant.
Cutoff planting dates for federal crop insurance vary by region and crop, and options exist for farmers who are interested in planting their crop later, idling acres, or planting cover crops later in the season.